Okay, greetings and welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me. This is a topic video, Tai Chi tips. You need to sit on the bar stool, and that's the instruction I give, like in the very beginner classes. I myself, been training for over 10 years, and I can see the videos, and anytime I've had a lot of push hands issues, it's gonna be in the waist and the yow, the lower back, the quads, and the bar stool, setting the bar stool, that condition. And that's where most beginners, that's why they can't get past the beginner level or can't even keep up with their own training, because it has to do with that. So in a beginner's class, people have been training with me for like 3 years are still having trouble with that, just because they don't follow instructions. So don't be stupid, be smart, follow instructions, follow your own instructions, and remember to sit on the bar stool. The instructions for that are in my online course, the appetizer. It's a $99 course. It involves kind of getting you in the kiddie pool of internal training, so to speak, without you having to make a large financial investment. Because there's really no point in people spending a lot of money if they're not going to put the time requirements in to start cooking the dish. You need a certain amount of heat, you need these ingredients, and if you don't do that, then there's no point in you're wasting your own time. And then if you want to invest in more training time with me, it's going to end up wasting my time as well. So and I'd be very wary about this, like a big thing in the internal arts world. You see these demos of people getting pushed around and stuff, and you can see that first basic condition, they're pushing people that are beginners, and even people that have been doing, so-called training for 25 years, they still don't have that bar stool, and they can't swing. So I add it. It's always added in the the beginner level training. Whether you do it or not is completely up to you. And if you want to come in for corrections and set up a private, you still need to go through the course. You need to fill out the application at the end once you've completed it, and you've sent me videos of you actually going through all of the exercises. So that's for you to make sure that you get good. Okay. So what's in the course? $99 online course. You can train it on your own time, on your own schedule. You don't need me to be there in person, wasting my time, shouting at you like a taskmaster, like a kung fu taskmaster. It's not really my job. So it's once you can do some of the basics and have made an effort to invest in yourself, then I can meet you where you're at, right? So what's included in the course? So building the ball Qigong, you need to have completed 100 and 150 hours. For most people, that takes 3 years. And to be able to feel energy, to build energy, to separate the elements. A lot of this stuff is pretty natural. It's pretty intuitive, but you have to put in the time. You can feel the elements: earth, water, air, fire, and start your stillness practice, your kosh, so-called advanced stuff, but it's just you just need to put in the time, more time, right? So a lot of beginners fail on that, and the basic alignments, the basic structure alignments. You can do quite a bit by yourself, but you do need at a certain point, in-person instruction, in-person teacher. So what's in the course to help you, get there, to get in-person training and in-person access to a teacher, me? You need to complete that building the ball, seated. If you want more result, do it standing. Be able to balance it standing and seated to really get an understanding of what's going on energetically. And what else is included? It's 2 of the loosenings out of 5, because most people can't do the first loosening correctly. They can't weight shift correctly. So it's just a total waste of time. I just have so many people coming through teaching, and they can't do like the basic instructions. So we skip number 1 and skip number 5 and number 3. So what you get in the course is number 2 and number 4. And that's what most people can do, in the first, if they're beginning, or if they've been doing Tai Chi for a long time but have had a low quality or inauthentic system. It's going to take them 3 to 5 years to complete that. So number 2, number 4. Let's see, cloud hands, stationary. Don't even do it moving. Just get the alignments in the bar stool and just do it stationary. Learn it stationary first. Like, get your structure set up so that the energetics have a chance to cook. And I might have included the moving version. I'll have to check. But if you can do it standing and do it really well, then you can figure it out lateral stepping. The first posture, the standing Neigong, the instructions, again, a lot of it's mechanical, a lot of it's structural. You really need that to be able to set up the condition for things to start cooking, So if it's not cooking correctly, if you don't have the right temperature, don't have the right conditions, nothing's going to happen to the soup, okay? No broth. So the ba men, the 8-gate short form, stationary, like once you have that and you have the energies of Tai Chi, you can put that into moving drills, which is included in the full course. It's pretty easy to figure out, like, once you have the instructions, but for a lot of people it's really difficult. So so learn the ba men, learn the 8 gates, and Marriage of Heaven and Earth Qigong is in there. It's a really great beginner, intermediate set, and all these sets you can come back to, like, even if you get advanced. Let's say you're stretched on time, family, all these things that are pulling our awareness to, commitments. You have these short sets that get you a lot of return on investment in terms of time. If you have the correct conditions and you are diligent and follow instructions, you get a lot of value out of it. There's some like fascia training and like power stretching that'll become more important as you progress through. And if at that point you've completed all these things and can do them to pretty, I would hope, a deep level, relatively deep, and you're pretty consistent in training, like 5 days a week, you should be able to make a lot of momentum, snowball that momentum, and get that done within 3 to 5 years. For most people in America, that's where they at. Tai Chi sucks in America. So, and at that point, if you're already doing push hands, and there's no like push patterns, no instruction for that. This is just like to build the vehicle, to start to build the vehicle. And if you're doing it correctly, and if you're already involved in push hands, you should be able to, see a pretty dramatic increase in energy levels and root, and what they call rooting, so it's really Sung training. And it's a pretty natural process after you set these basic conditions again. You have to set those. You have to make sure that they're locked in tight, and you're doing that every day. So my students, the ones that follow instructions, get the most benefit. They progress really fast. They get transmission. The ones that don't are just kind of wasting their own time, and it just takes them a lot longer. So it's your choice on how you want to progress. Now, the flagship course I set for $500 is like once you've gotten through that and you've applied for application for private study, you can already see the benefits. Like, some of my students are like, oh my God, like I supercharged, like I'm, feel a lot better, more balanced. They're not having like these crazy energetic experiences, deviations that are pretty common in the Tai Chi world right now. They're like, I feel good, I feel clear, got more energy, got more Gong. And they want to invest more in the martial training, which is my specialty, the push hands instructions for the sets, the power stretching, like how to actually use that, how to actually use your fascia, which some people think isn't real. Well, it is. Sorry. So, and then the real thing is we'll be setting up retreats so people, my students that are already training and like diligent, they can get more hands-on time with people from outside. If you guys are, if people that are interested in these courses want to come in for training and push with my students, ask them how long they've been training, what their background is, and be like, kind of get wowed a little bit. So they got a good teacher. So, yeah. So if you're interested in that, then let me know. But again, I don't want to set the cost of the course so high that people can't access it, and then I don't want them to make an investment that's like big. A lot of teachers are asking for big investment, time and money wise, and you don't get your time back. If you have a low quality system, you're wasting a lot of your time and a lot of your life, and unfortunately that's who they're targeting. They're targeting a lot of older people that don't have a lot of time left on this planet, in this incarnation. So, it should be our job as a community and as teachers to increase the quality of the teaching, to streamline it, and but also it needs to be eatable, like not too bitter, where it like kills you. But needs to be there that the student can approach it on their own terms and have a choice on how they train. So, okay, I'll leave it there. And, for current students, keep on training. And if you have any questions, ask me in class by email or shoot me a message. So, bye.